Good morning, everybody. As you can see, I've already started filling this out. I was recording the video yesterday, and my phone overheated, so it cut off. So we're just going to go through this. Yesterday, I mentioned in the video, and with you all, some of you all that were here, and on your Google Meet, only like terms can be combined. Okay, we can only put like terms together. Okay, and then we're going to demonstrate that with this example. So the Robinson family ordered snacks at the state fair. They bought the following drinks: D, okay, pizza, P, and ice cream, C. Okay, those variables D, P, and C are going to represent the pizza, the drinks, and the cones, ice cream cones. So for the pizza, we have for the P's. Okay, for the drinks, the sodas, we got D, and for the cones, we got C. Okay. Write an expression to represent their purchases. Well, I'm going to combine all of these, so that means I'm going to add them all. Okay, so I'm adding them all. So I have P plus D plus D plus C plus P plus C plus P plus P plus D. Okay? There's a lot of P's and D's and C's, okay? But this is what it would look like. All right? Now, instead of writing this this far, we can simplify the expression, okay, and condense it. We can make it a little bit smaller, but it's still going to represent all of this, okay? So simplify the expression by combining like terms. Okay, like we said, only like terms can be combined. Now, I went through here already, and I've put the P's together. So I counted them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's 5, so that becomes my coefficient. And then P is for the slices of pizza. Okay, now let's look for the drinks. So we have 1, 2, 3, right? 3 drinks. So that would be 3, and then what represents the drinks? D. Okay. Same way with the cones. We got 1, 2. Okay. So 2, and what is the variable that represents the ice cream cones? C. Okay. This is as far as we can go. All right. Because 5P is not like 3D. Okay, remember, this is a term, this is a term, this is a term. In order for them to be like terms, they have to have the same variables. Okay, so we got P, D, and C. Those aren't the same variables, so we cannot combine those. Okay, so we're going to combine like terms. Okay, your assignment today is going to have 10 questions on it, and we're going to be combining like terms. So we're just going to go through here, and we're going to look for like terms. And I'm going to underline the like terms. So we have 7A minus 6 plus 8A. All right. Now, if we were here, I might tell you to list down here the like terms in 1 through 9. Okay. Or I might tell you to list the constants. Okay. Or I might tell you to do both. List the like terms and then list the constants of 1. So the like terms, we have 7A and 8A. Okay, these are like terms, so we will combine those first. So there's nothing in front of this, so we're going to assume that this is a positive 7A, and this is plus 7A, so this is a positive. Okay, so we're just going to add these two. So 7 plus 8, okay, and then the A will just carry down. We don't combine the A. We're not going to say, well, there's 2 A's, okay. We combine the like terms, the coefficients, we'll add those, and then carry the variable with it. Now with our constant, that says minus 6, so we're going to carry the operation that's in front of that constant and just drop it down. So we should have 15A minus 6. All right, let's look at number 2. All right, we got like terms in this one. 14b plus 6b minus 12. All right, well, like terms, 14b and 6b. Okay, they have the same base. They're on the same exponent. Okay, and it's not squared. One's not squared, so we can combine these. Again, a positive 14 plus 6 should give us 20, if my math is right. Okay, and we're going to bring down the variable that's with those coefficients. That kind of looks like a, there, maybe that's a little better. All right, 20b, and we're going to bring our constant. There's no other constants to combine, so we're going to bring the operation down with it because it's minus 12. Okay, so we got 20b minus 12. All right, let's look at number 3. Number 3, if we look at it for a second, we notice that we have C and we have D. All right, C and D. Okay, so just by looking at this, we notice that we do not have any constants. Okay, there's 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we do not have any constants. So let's see if we can go ahead and combine these like terms. So we'll just start with the first one. So we have 20c, and we're adding, okay, 10c. So that'll give us 30, and we'll bring down our variable, which is c. Okay. The next set of terms, they are like terms. Okay. Now, when we combine these, we have 8d, because that's a positive 8, that's a plus 8, minus 5. Okay. Now, so we just do 8 minus 5. So it's 3. And then we just bring our variables with it. 3d. Okay. And that's a positive because 8 minus 5 is still positive 3. Okay. So that's a plus 3. All right. So 30c plus 3d is what we will get in that one. Number 4. There's a couple different ways you can do this. All right, you can combine your negatives first, okay, or you can just work straight through. So we'll just work straight through and look at this. Okay, so we have, because these are all like terms, because it's negative 3d plus 8d minus 5d. All right, so negative 3 plus 8. Okay, negative 3 plus 8. Now, if you had trouble doing the adding integers, okay, you can use your calculator. Just put in negative 3 plus 8. That is going to give you 5, and we'll bring the variable with it. And then we can drop this down. Operation and your term. So now we have 5d minus 5d. Well, these are like terms and they're the same term. So 5 minus 5 is 0. So we just have 0. Okay? We will just have 0 for this one. Alright, let's look at number 5. Alright, 3e minus 19 minus 7e, and this is a plus. It kind of looks like a division. It's still plus. Okay? Plus 10. So we have, just by looking, we have 2 numbers, which we also call constants. Okay? Alright, and we have 3e and minus 7e. So let's combine these first. So 3 minus 7. Okay, what's 3 minus 7? Well, if we put it in just like that, it's negative 4. And we'll bring the variable with it. Okay? Because if you put it in just like this, you have 3 minus 7. Okay? Negative 4. Now, I told you earlier, the operation in front is telling you if it's positive or negative. Alright? And if we're combining them, we'll add them. So if you're just going to say, well, I'm just adding everything, well, you're going to have to take that operation in front of the 7. So you would have to say that was negative 7. Okay? Because subtracting 7 and adding negative 7, okay, those are the same thing. You're doing the same thing when you're doing those. Okay? It's just easier to go 3 minus 7 instead of trying to do 3 plus negative 7, okay? So 3 minus 7 is the same thing as adding negative 7. Okay? Alright, let's do these next ones. So now I have a negative 19. Okay, so negative 19 and plus 10. So plus 10 on my calculator here. Alright, should give me negative 9, right? So I'm just going to put minus 9. You don't have to put plus negative 9, just minus 9. Okay, because subtracting 7 and adding negative 7 is the same thing. Sorry. Subtracting 7 and adding negative 7 are the same thing. Okay? Alright, let's move on to the next one. Yeah, we'll move on to the next one. And then we'll do one more after this. And then you can go ahead and start your assignment. So we got negative 4f, that's an f, minus 9 minus f plus 15. Okay, so we're going to combine these first. Okay, now what I told you earlier, I told you this yesterday. Okay, I mentioned it on a Google Meet yesterday. Okay, if you just have a variable, okay, if you just have the variable out here and it's plus a variable, well, that variable has a 1 in front of it. Okay, we don't write that 1 in front of it because 1 times any number, okay, so 1 times x is what? Well, it's x. So that's why we write it just x. So if we're adding a variable, we're adding 1 variable to it. If we're subtracting a variable, we're subtracting 1 variable. Okay? So let's think of this as negative 4f minus 9f, or minus 9, minus, and just think of there as being a 1 with that. 1f. Okay? Plus 15. Alright, so we're going to combine our variables first. Okay? So negative 4f minus f. Okay? So that's saying negative 4 minus 1. So what is negative 4 minus 1? Negative 5. Okay? And we'll just bring the f with it. Okay? So now we got negative 5f because we got negative 4, okay, minus 1. Negative 5. Okay? Let's do the constants. Okay? We got negative 9 plus 15. Okay? 15 is a larger number, so I know that's going to be a positive because it's positive. So basically what we're doing is we can do it a couple different ways, and it's however works best for you. So we can do negative 9 plus 15. Okay, that gives us a 6. All right, but we know that 15 is positive. We can go 15, and we know we're doing what? Subtracting 9 minus 9 gives us 6. Okay, whichever way is better for you to visualize it and think about it. Okay, so negative 5f plus 6. All right, let's get down here to one with these fractions. Okay, we're just adding fractions. Okay, let's look at number 8. Again, if you had trouble adding fractions, by all means, use your calculator. Okay, we're just going to do it the same way. So we have half, 1/2 h, 2, 3/2 h, and 1. Okay, this is your constant. That 1 is, right, because it doesn't have a variable with it. It's just a number. So there's 4 terms in this one, so we're going to simplify. Okay. So just like I did with this one up here that had 3 terms, 3 like terms, I'm going to do the same thing down here, okay? I'm going to combine 2 of the terms. Now, whichever 2 are the easiest for you to combine. So I have half h plus 2h. Well, what's 2 plus a half? 2 1/2, right? I just bring the h down. I'm going to add 3/2 to that, h. Okay. Now, 3/2 h, that's an improper fraction. If we remember how to do improper fractions, we can just divide. Okay, that'll give us 1 and 1/2. Okay, so really this is 2 1/2 plus 1 1/2. I have to go down just a little bit further. All right, so you can do this on your calculator too. Okay, you can do 2 ABC 1 ABC 2 plus 3 ABC 2. All right, that's 2 1/2 plus 3/2. Okay. Now, if you remember, we can do 2 1/2 plus 1 1/2. Well, my fractions are the same, so I'm going to add my whole numbers first, and then I will add my numerators and carry my denominators. Well, 3 and 2 over 2, 2 over 2 equals 1, so that would all equal 4. Okay, so we got 4, and we'll bring our variable down, h, and we'll bring down our constant with the operation in front, so minus 1. Okay, you're going to have just like this on your assignment today. Okay, now these are just decimals. You're going to do those the same way. Just add your decimals. Okay. The one thing to really remember is if there is just a variable there with no coefficient, okay, you're adding or subtracting one variable from that. Okay, so just another example. If I have 5x plus x, okay, I'm adding an x to this, so I'm going to add to my coefficient and bring my variable down. Okay, if I have 11y minus y, okay, this is 1y, so I'm taking 1y away from 11. So I'm going to subtract it from the coefficient. Okay, that's what to remember. All right, you're going to have, I think, 10 questions on your assignment today. So if you have any questions, let me know. I will get back with you. If you have any questions while you're doing it, do not submit it just yet. Write the numbers, write the answers that you have completed down, okay? And then talk to me, and then go back, finish the assignment, and then submit it, okay? All right, you all have a good day. There'll be a quiz tomorrow over simplifying expressions and identifying parts of the expression. So constants, coefficients, that kind of stuff, okay?